You're listening to Create Wealth Through Franchising, and I'm your host, Kim Daly. In my 20 years as a franchise consultant, I've helped hundreds of people achieve their dreams of building and scaling franchise businesses to create wealth. The interview you're about to hear can also be found on my YouTube channel, where I post new franchising content multiple times per week. Please take a moment to subscribe to the podcast and to my YouTube channel at kimdaly.tv. Now, enjoy the show. Welcome back to Kim Daly TV. Today, my special guest, his name is Ryan Parsons. He is half of the brothers that just do gutters. So today we're talking to the brother, Ryan Parsons. Ryan, welcome to Kim Daly TV.
Thanks so much for having me. Really appreciate it.
This is going to be so fun because gutters, like, who the heck thinks about owning a business that does gutters? But look, what house out there doesn't have at least one gutter, right?
True.
So with that amazing introduction, Ryan, tell the audience of Kim Daly TV a little bit about you and Ken, your brother that's missing, and how you got into the gutter business and then eventually turned your business into a franchise.
Absolutely. Appreciate it. Well, everyone wants to either be a firefighter, a lawyer, teacher, or gutter guy. So we figured we would start a gutter business because that's what everyone grows up wanting to do. So, but we kind of had a long road to get there. So it's really crazy. My dad was a contractor growing up, and we helped him in things like that. And neither one of us thought we'd ever get into construction permanently. My brother was actually the first Parsons to ever go to college, right? So he ended up working for a gutter guy over the summer and decided to not go back to teaching and pursue working for this guy in hopes that he could open up his own gutter company. So like he likes to say is he took his degree and threw it into the gutter. All right. So
and I'm sure at the time that made your parents really happy.
Oh my gosh. Like, no, they couldn't see it. I mean,
Right.
You're like, he's like the first one that can kind of get out of it and, have a chance at like, some like big career things. And we won't go down those paths today, but I mean, it's unbelievable.
He's not here.
Yeah. I mean, business ownership and all that, there's so much opportunity and the ceiling is nowhere, in a lot of careers, like there is a ceiling. And I think that's what's so intriguing about owning a business, owning a franchise is really, you create your ceiling, and that's been really awesome. So he started gutter business, no vision for it, and since he's not here, we'll make fun of him. No, but he didn't start it with like, what? Here's our core values and our mission statement, and we're going to be a national franchise. He was like, I like this work. I like working with my hands, and I'm going to go and do this. That was it.
So he literally started out as the gutter guy, like selling gutters and installing gutters?
Yeah, it was Waterfall Seamless Gutters, right? That was the name of it. There was no aspirations for multi-trucks, nothing. It was more like, all right, like I own my own business. And that's about as far as he got at that point in his life. And at the same time he's doing that, I'm finishing up college and I get a degree in graphic design and fine art. And I get recruited right out of college for a .com, soon to be .bomb. So as I'm working for this .com,
he's in the gutter, you're in the .bomb.
Oh yeah,
life is good.
Yeah, there was only one way, up. We could only go up. So as the .com is becoming a .bomb, I'm starting to work for my brother on the weekends to make extra money. And when they officially went under, I found myself full-time working for him and doing. I had like a graphic design web business on the side. And it was a really cool thing that happened. It was fun because we're brothers. We always got along. I mean, we did chores our whole lives together. This to me was like glorified chores, except we'd like go fishing in between and stuff. It was hilarious. So
parents tell you to keep going.
Oh yeah. So we got both educated brothers on a gutter truck now, and the parents going, "What the heck did we do?"
And your parents are like, "Our kids are in the gutter." Sorry, I'm going to play with that one all day.
Absolutely, and we were. And but what was crazy is coming from the graphic design and website world, I'm looking at his business, and I'm like, Ken, do you have a website? He's like, no, nobody has a website that's in construction. This is 2002. So what was really cool is I got to start applying the skills and the passions I had in graphic design, marketing, systems, entrepreneurial things. Like I did not realize all the things that were inside me that I got to actually express through a gutter business. It was awesome. So we kind of, Ken was on the truck. I eventually started doing sales and marketing and admin, and we started to see kind of this shift of skills and talents. And it was like literally like yin and yang. It was so crazy how he possessed the opposite of what I had, and we became this ridiculously awesome partnership, and the vision started to grow. Right? So, I'll fast forward the whole story, but it was a little bit at a time. That was 1999, he started it. 2002, I got involved. Then we hit a recession. During the midst of a recession, Ken's like, you know what? We should franchise this. I'm like, franchise? I'm like, holy cow, I hope we can make it out of the recession, And
wait a second. Do people stop buying gutters in a recession? I mean,
they
if you got a water problem.
Yeah. So here's the thing. I don't ever want to say recession proof, but what we ended up doing is we diversified before the recession. We were building houses and doing additions. We got ourselves into everything. And then as things were crashing, it was the construction side that was basically, I can't make payroll for construction this week. Take it from the gutters. They're doing great. So before you know it, we almost bankrupt both our companies. We closed the construction company and we focused on gutters because during that time, actually gutters was consistently still going up in revenue. It was just that we mismanaged the rest of it.
Hey, Daly Coach fans, if this franchise sounds like a fit for you, I would love to be your Daly Coach. Email me right now for a totally free consultation at inquire@kimdaly.tv. How many times people out there listening when you're like, just gutters, that's all you do? Or like, just haircuts, you don't do manicures or anything else? It's like, no, like you get good at what you do at knowing one thing, right? And if that one thing is profitable enough.
Yeah, and that was what was crazy is that we actually, in the midst of like having to shut down the construction and really almost bankrupting the gutters at the same time, we realized we were way too entrenched in new construction. So we went to like this marketing seminar and the speaker, we got a private session with the speaker. I think they thought we had a lot of money, but we were like scraping the bottom of the barrel. But what was so great about it at the time is like, they're like, we're going to write you a radio commercial and we're going to run it for free. I'm like, sweet, we can afford that. And basically they were like trying to figure out who we are and what we're not. And they're like, so what else do you do besides gutters? We're like, just gutters. I promise. Like, we're done. They're like, all right, cool. And we really like that you're family. We should concentrate on the fact that you're brothers. And before you know it, in this session, no one came up with the idea by themselves. It was just this, before you know what we're saying, we're the brothers that just do gutters. And that is where that was born. And we started to, and this was after the idea of franchising. So the name came about, then the brand started to take shape. And we worked from 2007 to 14 to systematize this business. And in hindsight, I love that we took the time because I see a lot of franchises that launch because someone had a cute idea or a widget or something, and then they go and franchise it, and before you know it, they got 20 franchisees that are completely underserviced, and they're pedaling backwards. So we overbuilt this, and that's what's been so fun is that we overbuilt it. We had our systems in place. We took the time. We franchised in 2014, 15, sold 3 to 5 a year, and then finally, all the consultants and all the networks are like, who the heck are these guys? They got a great item 19 and all this stuff. Like, we didn't know how to sell franchises. I know how to get somebody from zero to a multi-million-dollar business. I'm great at that. I don't know what consultants look for and all that stuff.
So that's guys. He knows how to take somebody from zero to a multi-million-dollar gutter business.
That's it. That's all I know how to do. But I don't know how to sell franchises.
That's amazing. Your priorities are straight, Ryan.
Yes. Oh, well, thank you. So that's kind of how we got to where we're at. And now we're sitting just over 100 locations and really just like having a lot of fun.
It's such a fun story that just told all of us, including me, things I didn't know, that brings to light like just where you are in your history and why you are who you are, and where you're going. So, okay, you started out by saying, everybody wants to be a fireman, a doctor, a nurse, and a gutter guy, said no one. And I'll add
Absolutely.
franchise consultant to that. Because
No,
really?
you should tell them.
Franchise consultant. No, but this is like the dream job for me.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. You don't have to like look through thousands of applicants to get one. No, it's easy, I'm sure.
Right. So let's talk a little bit about that ideal candidate then that you really do want to attract, the guy or gal that's going to wake up and go, oh yeah, gutters are for me. I want to join. I want to get in the gutter.
Absolutely. I wish I could say that I knew the perfect candidate because they're so different. But we have people that are exiting corporate America. We have people that have only worked labor jobs their whole life. We have all sorts of different types of people coming to the table, and a lot of them are seeing ridiculous success. The one common denominator, though, is like passion and hunger. Like these are people that are truly hungry for more, and they don't have quit in them. It's tough. I talk to a lot of franchisees and owners and stuff, and I think everyone thinks buying a franchise is like a shortcut to, instant success. And while there are a ton of shortcuts and there's a ton of advantages, it still takes a lot of work to get something from zero to $1 million. And that's what our goal is in their first full year, is that we get them to $1 million. And we have, in our latest FDD, we're still able to get full first year people to that mark. But I'm just seeing like the diversity is insane, but hunger and passion and like, there's just no quit in them. The people that are really, I find the people that are the best are the ones that can share their vision though. Because when you have zero, like it's amazing how they don't even have an office yet. And they're able to pull together like an unbelievable team. They're like, I got this guy for selling and this girl for this and 2 installers, and they bring them to New York for training. Those are the people that are unbelievable. The people that struggle are the ones that like, I've never really hired anybody, or I was hoping to do this like 5 hours a week. I'm sorry, then, that's not, I don't think any business is realistic for you if you can't cast your vision and you don't have the hunger and passion.
That's amazing. But so let's go back to the characteristics. So home base to start. You give me some of like your top 5 characteristics of your business.
I don't know. I don't know how to sell franchises, remember?
No, I'm just kidding. No. We're not selling it. I'll flip it to that. So you just give me the characteristics. So, I know them. I'll do it for you, but you are the owner.
So it can be home based. People quickly want to shop. And they want an area because it adds that level of professionalism because you have staff. And when you're bringing someone in for an interview in a small shop and slash with like a little conference room, it's that much easier to sell the vision. So it is home based. It is where you can get open right away. From the time people sign, they're open in 3 months.
Wow.
We do all the marketing for them. We write all their job ads. We help them hire. We have an in-house marketing team. We have a call center that answers every phone call. And this is the difference. We schedule every estimate for them. So when somebody calls in, we can see their calendar. And, we're like, oh, okay, great. Do you have open Wednesday at 4? So we have a whole entire team that's trying to reduce window time. So for the people that are selling, we call them solutionists. So the people that are selling don't have to like get a message from a call center and then go figure out where to put them. We're doing all that live. And then we're also scheduling every install. So if somebody's goal for the week is $50,000 of revenue, we'll continue to fill that week until there's $50,000 of revenue for installs. And we're trying to optimize that to reduce window time. So we do so much. We do one-to-one coaching monthly. We have a ton of different peer groups for sales, for install. It's incredible what we have built as far as resources so that they can concentrate on building their team, casting their vision, and doing the gutters correctly.
Hey, Daily Coach fans, if you're inspired by this conversation, I invite you to email me right now to explore this franchise opportunity. My email is inquire@kimdaly.tv. to the viewers of Kim Daly TV, as you're listening to these characteristics and you're listening to the passion that comes from the story and the leadership that Ryan and his team is going to deliver to you, when you invest in a franchise, that is what you're buying. If you spend any amount of time on Kim Daly TV, you know that we are not buying gutters. Right?
Yeah.
We are buying the people behind the gutters, and we're buying the toolbox, this proven toolbox. Been in business since 1999. Don't even talk to me that this is not recession resistant or pandemic resistant, right?
Oh, yeah.
Right? So it's those characteristics. It's when someone comes to me and says, I want to do something that adds value to somebody's life. I want to do something that has sustainability. I want to do something that gets me out and about, moving and interacting with people in my community. That's when I can think gutters, right?
Absolutely.
Right.
And that's
so
it.
I don't need you to be a gutter guy. I don't need you to be a contractor guy. I need you to be a person who's open to what the widget is, who's looking to be in business with someone super fun like this guy.
Absolutely. And we realized a long time ago that any business, I don't care what you're in, it's a vehicle to fulfill our own dreams as a person. And what I find is most people start a business selfishly. They want to make money, they want to have time, they want. I've narrowed it down to this: most people want time and money. When you have time, you don't have money. And when you have money, you typically don't have time. So business ownership seems like the perfect fit. However, what I have found is that most people start a business kind of selfishly, but the right people, what really starts to motivate them is when they realize that they're creating opportunity for others. And the craziest thing is, the bigger we dreamed, and my brother's the visionary, he's the dreamer, the bigger our dreams got, like from just like a regular one-up company that did, $1 million, $2 million a year, people were excited to work there. But then when our vision got bigger for franchising, it was insane to see our people's vision get bigger. And they're like, well, what could I be there? And they wanted to educate and learn. And now that we're a franchise, a national franchise, it is unbelievable. The most fulfilling part of my day is seeing the opportunity we created, not only for our employees, but for the franchisees. And when the franchisees call us up, we have one franchisee calls me maybe every 2 weeks. And he's just like, Ryan, I was taking out the garbage and I look back at the house of my dreams. I'm looking at my children and I see the logo on my truck, my F-150 that I've always wanted. And he's like emotional. And he's like, we would not be where we are if it wasn't for you and your brother trusting me with your business. And I'm like, holy cow, what a reverse mindset that he's like, thank you for entrusting me. And I'm like, thank you for taking a chance, and it's just I never thought there'd be that much fulfillment in it, as much as it is to see them successful, to see their lives change. And now they get the vision. And, we have a marketing department because that was somebody's vision. It was one of the guys that did marketing for us. He wanted a department and to head it up. I'm like, okay, well, you figure out how to do it and you can do it. The head of our marketing department was an apprentice gutter installer with a marketing degree. He now runs the entire department. I love that. I love to take people with us as long as we're not promoting them to their incompetence. That's, you don't want to have people going too far up and then they don't know what they're doing. But man, that fires me up and that fires business owners up. Once they're at a startup, they really do kind of really enjoy that journey and making people their own visions and dreams come true and their people's.
That is so well said. And so many things that my followers have heard me say, that the business is a means to an end, right? It is not the thing. The money is a means to an end, because if you wake up every day chasing the money, you're going to be chasing money for the rest of your life.
Absolutely.
But if you wake up with a vision, because you're a dreamer, you have a goal, you have a dream that you wake up to fulfill, and it's what you can give rather than what you can get,
Absolutely.
You're going to have a smile on your face like this guy every single day, even when you're in the gutter.
Well said. Love it.
So awesome. Guys, this is amazing. So if anybody out there is inspired to want to meet this guy personally and know, what does it cost to open a Gutter Guys, a Brothers That Just Do Gutters franchise, then first of all, the Daly Coach wants to be your consultant. Please follow the email on the screen. Allow me the opportunity to get you pre-qualified, to do a territory check to make sure that where you live is demographically viable and open. And then I promise you, I'll serve you right back to Ryan's team. Ryan, before we close this interview today, is there anything else you want to share with the viewers of Kim Daly TV about your business, about your vision, about what you're looking for in a new franchisee?
Absolutely. So one thing that's been really awesome is that just like when someone comes to the table that wants to buy a franchise, they're like, you know what, I'm thinking about beauty or maybe exercise or this, and they have a preconceived thing. When they get thrown the oddball, I just want you to look at this gutter company. They're all do the same thing. They're just like, what? But the craziest thing is when they look under the hood and they start validating with our it's an insane, the excitement that they get for our brand, and it's so flattering, and I'm always just so surprised when, you know, they're like, I looked at 5 other brands and ones I've heard of, and they're like, and here's the catch. By the time they get here, they're like, all I hear about is your culture. Everyone, and they're looking for a red flag. They literally come here to confirmation day going, I'm going to find out what's wrong with it. And it has been so fun that once they get here, we all go out to dinner, they meet our entire team. It's so cool how much they enjoy the entire experience and how much they feel like this is the right decision, that this is the perfect business for them. So I just thought I'd add that.
It's so good. And that's the final comment, that when you're in a franchise, you're in business for yourself, but not by yourself. It is always about the people. Franchising is an industry of people helping people. That's why I fell in love with franchising over 25 years ago, right? I knew this was my mecca because I had it in me that I wanted to wake up and help people. And I found an industry where every day that's what we do. Ryan wants to help you change your life by putting you in the gutter.
Absolutely. We'll bring you right down to our level or up. I mean, gutters are pretty high.
Yeah. For the sexiest business around, follow the email on that screen. And thank you so much for being my happy and blessed guest today on Kim Daly TV.
Thank you so much.
And don't forget, if you are interested in this or any other franchise, I want to be your daily coach. If you found this inspiring, please contact me at inquire@kimdaly.tv. My consulting services are totally free to you. Again, that email is inquire@kimdaly.tv. I can't wait to hear from you.